Let's just jump right into the video. Let's jump right into the video. We got the Antiquary, the Ritualist, and the Paragon reveal today. So the 99% sure, right? The Thief, the Necromancer, and the Warrior coming in Visions of Eternity. Here we go.
Rich with history, Tyria is filled with artifacts and remnants of the past, all ripe for the picking.
Antiquary.
A collector of sorts.
Yeah,
the
that's me.
Antiquary has a certain set of skills to give them the upper hand, and maybe make a profit. Send a script to pilfer an opponent. Stealing random artifacts from your enemy can be a valuable skill. Will you rock out to confuse your opponent? Will you leap up and bring the hammer down? Or let a dancer taunt your enemies? Whatever artifacts you manage to steal or borrow, a good antiquary will always find a good use for their plunder. Long practice.
What?
Ritualists summon forth spirits from the mists, granting boons and sowing chaos on the battlefield.
It's the dagger.
Shroud yourself with the ritual knowledge of the past. Summon spirits to aid you in battle. Mark an enemy, seal their fate. The spirit of anguish will send volley after volley to deal increased damage to them. Daze your enemies with the spirit of wanderlust as it slams the ground, knocking your enemies to the ground.
Man, these effects,
and as your allies fight beside you, grant them boons and heal their wounds with the spirit of preservation. Summon and channel other
in everybody's faces.
Entities. As a ritualist, you will gain a deeper understanding for the spirits of Tyria. Their chants echo across the sands of Alona, reaching friend and foe alike. The Paragons are pillars of protection, channeling their adrenaline to bolster their allies and demoralize their enemies.
So big.
Let your voice ring out as you support and bolster your allies around you. Protect them with a barrier to help them defend against oncoming attacks, absorbing damage meant for allies for a short time.
Wow, we're gonna throw in the spear.
To break, stun, and give your allies a speed bonus. As a Paragon, you seek to protect your allies and motivate them to break through their limitations, to fight onward. Be the voice that stirs inspiration as it echoes across the desert
Oh
sands.
my god. That's an intense shout. Oh man. Man. That giant, like, is he a Norn? Is that a Norn for the warrior? He's so big. It's just like, raw. Think of it like an Asura, a little tiny Asura. Being a Paragon and shouting. Ooh, a Char would be like really fierce. Man, I wanted Paragon. They get the golden wings. Oh man, the Antiquary. I gotta read about the Antiquary. What in the world? What in the world is going on with the Antiquary? So out there. Thief, Necromancer, and Warrior. Oh my gosh. I know the Paragon gameplay is going to be screaming. What if your character actually, like, screams every time it does a shout? Hey, Mitchum. Coralina, how you doing? Thief Spec. I know. No. Kyoto, no. Oh my gosh. Good to see you, Coralina. Hellness, welcome. Your thief gets to be Indiana Jones. Yes. Like, literally, look at the art. These artworks are so gorgeous. They're so gorgeous. And I love even like the I love that it's like the trait hexagon, and then it's like you got the little like diamonds or the top of the cube, like to represent this expansion, right? I love this artwork so much. Ugh. Guild Wars 2 concept art. That's just straight up Indiana Jones. Like they're just like it doesn't even look like a thief. Oh my gosh. All right. Hello, Tyrians. Welcome back to another set of Elite Specializations reveals for Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity. If you missed last week's unveiling of the Troubadour, Gale Shot, and Luminary, be sure to check out last week's vlog. Today, the focus shifts towards the Thief, Necromancer, and Warrior. Fans of the original Guild Wars may be familiar with two of the elite specializations we're talking about today, while the third is full of surprises. Tune in Friday and they will show them all off. The script! Oh my gosh. I mean, it's Thief. I mean, it is called The Thief, right? So that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They made an even more thiefy thief. It's Thief Plus. Well, see, this is more than Thief Plus. I saw people call it Luminary Guardian Plus and Gale Shot Ranger Plus, and I kind of agree. This is Thief Plus Plus. This is crazy. The Antiquary Improvisational Procurers. The balance of black market trade and above-board commerce in Lion's Arch has tipped towards legitimacy in recent years, and the Captain's Council has banded together with several smaller factions to claim a place in the Tyrion's alliance. The Captain's Council, okay. But the discovery of Janthiri artifacts has started a gold rush as explorers hustle to procure rare and valuable items that no living culture can lay claim to. Oh my gosh. The somewhat euphemistically titled, what does this mean? I don't know what euphemistically, what does that actually mean? By means of a mild or indirect word or expression instead of one considered too harsh or blunt. So it's not a direct, and then antiquary, not a word I had known. A person who studies or collects antiques or antiquities, an antiquarian. There you go. They're calling themselves antiquaries, so they don't call themselves grave robbers. Fair. They pride themselves on their scholarly appreciation for the artifacts they acquire. Many even keep a few in their private collections, ready to impress colleagues at the tavern or blindside foes on the battlefield. And whether they're priory historians or pirates, Lion's Arch is still their favorite nexus for trading and selling their wares and knowledge. Made a little more thematic sense with old Lion's Arch, with all the like pirate ships and it was kind of built up and stuff. Alessandra, thank you for the hydration. As opposed to new Lion's Arch, which is very like brand shiny new, right? I think NG or Revenant could come from Kryta. We still have Asura, right? And Norn? Next week's going to be very interesting. I'm so curious who the Rev legend is. Haha, Scrit happens. Oh my gosh. Antiquaries are the pinnacle of accomplished thieves, no longer stealing for material need and purely doing so for the fun of it. With the help of they're collectors, after my own heart, except they don't steal. With the help of their loyal but not necessarily reliable Scrit assistants, antiquaries can plunder precious artifacts from their opponents and turn their random spoils into improvised weapons. They had a freaking like Metal Legion guitar. Antiquaries can even break the rules of regular combat, allowing them to reverse a dire situation or at the very least take themselves and their opponents out in a blaze of glory. For the thrill-seeking player who delights in rolling the dice and adapting to any situation, no matter the outcome, look no further than the Antiquary. Breaking the rules of combat, press your luck. Is it like, yeah, so it's like rolling the dice or luck based? But Base Thief is kind of like that too, because doesn't Base Thief have like you like a steal command, like an F command, and then you get a random, like out of a random pool of skills, right? So this is just like a different spin on that. Thank you, Kirtana. Just became a lunar peach. Thank you for the 8 years, Kirtana. 8 fabulous years.
8 fabulous years.
Kirtana.
Peachy Fab.
Peachy Fab! Kirtana, thank you so much. And thank you for the tier 3 support. I truly appreciate you. Thank you. Look at that beautiful lunar peach. It is, yeah, exactly. It's Thief plus plus. Yeah. Man. Press your luck. Antiquaries acquire new artifacts with the skill Pilfer, which replaces Steal, summoning a Scrit assistant from underground to plunder from your target. After a successful Pilfer, instead of stolen skills, Antiquaries get the choice of using one of 2 randomly selected artifacts from across Tyria. They get the choice. Okay. These artifacts range from a Cryptus turret that fires automatically at any nearby enemies. Nice. To a chalk organ that produces a shield, protecting you from incoming projectiles. Traits give you finer control over the artifacts you receive, from guaranteeing that you'll get 1 offensive and 1 defensive each time you pilfer, to re-rolling your artifacts for new ones at the cost of initiative. That is cool. I like that. Oh, I like that. How fun. So you push it, and then in combat, you get a choice. Like, oh, in this exact moment, in this situation, do I want like offensive or defensive, or do I want it to be completely random? And then you have to kind of like know what each one is by its icon. And like as you learn them, you'll get quicker and quicker at like choosing in the moment which one you want to use. Very interesting. I'm looking very forward to Friday and seeing like how that works in the UI, right? There was a Scrit on the hammer itself. Nice. There should be a Choya. It's randomized, but you have a little bit more choice in what you get. Not only what you get through the traits, but what you then choose to use in combat. Wow, it is Thief plus plus. Wow, I like it. Double Edge, the Antiquary's new skill category, consists of a set of abilities that can be used repeatedly even while on cooldown. The catch, there is a chance for the skill to backfire when used while still on cooldown, often with detrimental effects to the user. The chance of the skill backfiring decreases the closer it gets to completing its cooldown, so players who are more risk-averse may want to wait a while before attempting to use a double-edged skill again. Wow, that really is breaking the rules of combat, using a skill while on cooldown? Whoa. Wow, they really went out of the box with this one. I like it. I like it. It's a lot of rolling the dice. It's a lot of RNG. I like it. It sounds fun. Wow, very cool. Oh my gosh, the Ritualist! Let's go! I still can't believe it. Wow. I still can't believe it. Spiritual successors, the Ritualist. Ritualism is one of Tyria's oldest professions. The practice originated in Cantha, where humans discovered that spirits could be summoned from the mists and bound to a ritualist's will. In practice, this was traditionally respectful partnership between ritualists and ancestral spirits. But as the speaker's influence spread in recent years, so did their hastily adopted methods of forcibly binding spirits. Even Guild Wars 1, the spirits that you summoned as a ritualist were like chained up, right? That art is so gorgeous. Oh my god. Necromancy and ritualism have long been considered separate disciplines, but as open hostility between the speakers and Jade Brotherhood cools and Cantha becomes one of the Tyrian Alliance's strongest pillars, how far we've come from, like, mention, Cantha being a meme to, like, now they're one of our strongest allies, right? Ritualists have formed ties with necromantic communities across central Tyria, Ilona, and beyond. Ritualism will gain new practitioners, networks of political support, and shared resources will ensure that responsible traditions are favored over cruel shortcuts to power. Ooh. Preserving a legacy. As you might expect, the Ritualist draws heavy inspiration from its Guild Wars counterpart. We'll go into more detail during this Friday's live stream, but our design goal was to capture the key elements of the profession and translate them into Guild Wars 2. And to achieve that, we started with spirits. Depending on their skill and trait selections, we expect Ritualists will be able to specialize in supportive builds or aggressive power focus builds. Oh my gosh, both sound so fun. Spirits will be summoned while in Ritualist Shroud, and the Ritualist will also gain access to weapon spells as their utility type. For those who aren't familiar with weapon spells from Guild Wars 2, they're shareable, beneficial effects with similarities to stances and venoms. Some are applied for a specific duration, and others are applied as stacks. While weapon spells were ally-targeted skills in Guild Wars, in Guild Wars 2 they behave a bit differently. The Ritualist will always receive the full effect of the skill, while up to 4 nearby allies will receive the effect at a reduced amount. For example, one skill might last for 5 seconds on the Ritualist and 3 seconds on their allies. What are weapon skill? I don't know what weapon spells are. Surprised the spirits are shroud skills and not utilities. Yeah. Because in Guild Wars 1, you would just put like summoning a certain spirit, which was a physical thing that you summoned. It was just on your bar, right? Because you got your 8 skills. And so like if you wanted to summon a spirit that was, that did a certain thing, that was one of your 8 skills that you took into combat. Interesting. Yeah. The weapon skills, is that where you actually summon a weapon to hold in Guild Wars 1? They say that they're already in Guild Wars 2 cuz it's hmm. Hmm. The spirit is like summoning. Oh, is that like can't the elementalist and the warrior like summon weapons that other characters can like pick up and use? Weapon spell. Okay, that's from Guild Wars 1. Persistent buff on a non-spirit ally represent enchanting the target's weapon. Okay. Okay. Huh. I love how like vibrant the color is and the look at him in the shroud. So that makes sense because like the necromancer already has the shroud, right? And so then they're using the shroud as a ritualist now. Cool. Hey, what's up, Alaska? Anguish, Wanderlust, and Preservation. I like how each one has the different back piece, like a different shape. This one's like a circle, a square, and a triangle. They're PlayStation spirits. Oh my gosh. The Ritualist Shroud behaves similarly to the Necromancers. It's fueled by life force, and damage taken drains the life force pool. Once life force is fully drained, the player will exit their shroud. Inside the Ritualist Shroud, Ritualists will have access to 3 skills that summon spirits: Anguish, Wanderlust, and Preservation. Each of these skills has an initial effect activated by the Ritualist, after which the spirit will appear. When a spirit is summoned, it performs a powerful attack before lingering in a more passive state. During that time, the spirit will periodically attack nearby enemies. These attacks can be focused on a specific enemy by targeting that enemy with the shroud's basic attack. Otherwise, the spirits will simply attack an enemy that's in range. Ah, so they'll attack who you attack, basically. Okay. So they'll perform an initial powerful attack and then just like passively attack. Okay. Spirits will usually disappear when exiting Shroud. However, there's a trait that allows them to stick around for longer for a cost. Ah, okay. 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 Okay, Gatsby, welcome. Haven't played in about 5 years. Never did an expansion, only the base game. Think it's worth hopping in with the new stuff coming. Absolutely. And you can play the story and the expansions and all of the content in any order that you want. Just be aware that there is an ongoing linear story. And so if you want, context for what's happening in the story, why we are where we are, how we got here, why we're fighting what we're fighting, then I would recommend playing the story in order. And keep in mind that Guild Wars 2 is not only it's not only expansions, there are living world seasons as well, in between, that bridge the story, give you most of the things that an expansion gives you, new story, new maps, new mounts. Even some of the mounts are found in the living world seasons. They give you tons and tons of stuff. Armor skins and just everything that an expansion gives you over these living world seasons. So highly recommend those as well, but you do have the option to play stuff in any order that you want. So if something in Janthier Wilds, the Janthier Wilds expansion super catches your eye, homesteads, if, oh my god, I've been waiting for housing in Guild Wars 2 forever and that's all I want to do, yes, you can jump ahead to go to Janthier Wilds without playing the other stuff, but understand that you're not going to have a lot of context for what's going on in the story or why we're here. It does. The living world seasons give you so much. I got something in my eye. What game am I playing right now? We're talking about Guild Wars 2. It's got an expansion coming out at the end of October. It's a 6th expansion. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Click the link for partner stuff, but all the X-Backs are for sale individually, no bundle deal. There is, and the referral link goes right here now. If you scroll down, there is a bundle, the Elder Dragon Saga. This will give you expansions 1, 2, and 3. Actually, one of them, is there one where it gives you the living world as well? Yeah, there's no package for everything. There's an expansion coming out every year. You can go to collections. Yeah, there's the Elder Dragon Saga. Wasn't there a $99 one that gave you also the living world seasons? Complete. Oh, here, complete. There we go. Complete collection. There you go. So if you click the Elder Dragon Saga and then go to complete, it's $99, and this will be also all of the living world seasons. That's I was talking about that happened between the expansions. So this would be everything up until the End of Dragons expansion, which came out, oh my god, how many years ago now? 4. And that is like the first like saga that tells the story of the Elder Dragons. That was the end of Guild Wars 2's big expansions, if you will, quote unquote, fully funded expansions. Now they're doing yearly, quote unquote, mini expansions for the past 2 years, and this will be their third one in October, Visions of Eternity. So, but this was like the first saga of Guild Wars, but it is a continuous story even after End of Dragons, but that'll give you massive amounts of content right here. And it does go on sale occasionally. We actually just got over a sale and with the new expansion coming out. So, if that's a little steep for you right now, you can, just pick and choose and get certain parts of it. Or you can wait for a sale. You can also you can't buy the expansions. You can buy the living world episodes in game for gems, I believe, but you can't buy the expansions. You can buy the deluxe upgrade for the expansions once you own them and get all the bonus stuff, the skins and stuff, with gems as well in the game. I think the only thing that you can't buy in game with gems are the actual expansions themselves. I know, I love how Icebrewed Saga is season 5. In the game, it's not even called season 5. It's the Icebrewed Saga. Oh goodness. So, but yeah, thank you for asking. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask about it. We will answer it the best we can. And this is on the website. This is not through Steam. Guild Wars 2 is also available through Steam and the Epic Game Store. I would recommend buying it from guildwars2.com or through someone's referral link, however, because that will allow you. The biggest thing is, not besides not being locked to Steam, is that will allow you to actually win the possibility to win gems and giveaways from streamers, from partners, because Guild Wars 2 partners get gems codes to give away. We sometimes get like free item codes to give away, and those only work with the web version. They do not work with the Steam or Epic Games version. So you're limiting yourself a bit if you purchase it on Steam or Epic Games. Dancing Peach. So there you go. So there's some info about that. Thank you for asking about that. Oops, wait. Oh, shoot. No, what did I do? What did I do? There we go. Yes, plus more money goes directly to ArenaNet. You buy it through the website. And the core game is available for free. So if anybody wants to check out Guild Wars 2 for the first time, it is free to play, the core game, and Season 1. This is great, Dig Up Joko. It'll be really cool to see the list, yeah, of things that you can steal. I wonder how many there are as the Antiquary. Oh my gosh, where were we? When activating Anguish, the Ritualist performs an initial strike on the target that inflicts cripple and vulnerability and marks that target to take additional damage from your summoned creatures. That includes minions. Oh, so you can have like spirits and minions. When Anguish is summoned, it fires a barrage of projectiles at the target that deal additional damage against controlled enemies and for each condition on the enemy. There's a lot more to cover about the Ritualist Shroud, as well as some other trait interactions and the weapon spell utility, so be sure to tune into the stream on Friday. That'll be cool. That'll be cool to see. The Paragon! Paragon was my second favorite class in Guild Wars 1. Unrelenting Protectors. Ilona, Land of the Golden Sun, a once opulent dynasty and triune of nations scarred by war, pestilence, and the machinations of divine and dragons over the centuries. In times of crisis, the nations of Ilona could count on its most steadfast and inspiring of warriors, the Paragons, to serve as an unyielding phalanx against their foes without and within. Hee! In the past, these spear and shield wielding fighters were a favored specialization among the storied Sun Spears. However, the practice faded into obscurity after the second coming of Palawa Joko, who saw the Sun Spears summarily crushed and twisted into the Mordant Crescent. The inheritors of the practice eventually re-emerged in the years following Joko's demise. Joko mentioned, praise Joko. Today, paragons are still known for conjuring golden ethereal wings and shouting, bolstering chants and commands to empower their allies and demoralize their enemies. Hoping to expand this tradition beyond Ilona, some Sunspear paragons have begun offering their expertise to those willing to answer the call. Oh, I've always loved the golden wings. I'm so happy they still got the golden wings. Commanding respect. He's terrifying. Like this giant Norn just shouting at everybody. They're so shiny. They're so bright. Commanding respect. The Paragon is a staple pillar of Guild Wars 2 lore, and its elite specialization, I think it's a staple pillar of Guild Wars 1 lore. Its elite specialization carries on the traditions of its original iteration. While the spears that were introduced in Guild Wars 2 Janthier Wilds have already brought one of the Paragon's key aspects to warriors, this elite specialization further delves into their role as commanders and defenders of Ilona, granting them the ability to bolster and aid allies around them with chants and commands. I wonder if they had to wait until land spears were a thing to even do paragons, because the spear and shield is so iconic for paragons that like you can't have a paragon and then just like not give them a spear. That would be like weird. Like, yes, you'll be able to use whatever weapons you want with it, but it would just be weird to not to see one and not be even able to use a spear. So that's I like I'm so curious if they actually did wait for spears to be a thing. And if that was even one of the like inspirations for making the spear a thing. But then warriors are the only ones that get to use them. Dang. Their presence is so powerful, they can, in a moment of dire need, command their allies not to die. I was literally just wondering what the elite skill was. The "We Will Never Yield" elite skill prevents the Paragon and their allies from falling below 0 health for a short time. Wow! Oh my god. What? But like, but like, there's enemy attacks in the game that like just kill everyone. Like if you don't break this boss, they'll just kill everyone in the vicinity, right? Like I wonder if like I wonder if there's exceptions. And granted, it's not everybody. Like what if would you just like go into a raid and like bring 2 paragons and they can just like protect the entire party? Praise Joko. Yes, yes, praise Joko. Boss mechanic presumably trumps. I would assume so. I would assume so. Mhm. So cool. Motivational chanting. Paragons build up motivation, a new resource, whenever they use a burst skill. In addition to level 1 weapon burst, Paragons gain access to chants, special burst skills that are available regardless of the weapon equipped. Chant skills come in 2 parts. The first part occurs immediately when the skill is used, while the second part, the refrain, is a pulsing beneficial effect. Refrains drain motivation and deactivate when it's depleted. Doesn't that kind of sound like Revenant? In addition, the effects of the refrain become stronger depending on the current motivation level. Thus, they are at their most effective when the Paragon stays on the front lines of battle, channeling adrenaline into bursts and chants to keep motivation high. That's so cool. Paragons also gain access to commands, which function similarly to shouts, affecting either enemies or allies around them. Furthermore, command skills come with an additional property called an echo. Echo is a secondary effect that triggers a short interval after a command is used. Wait, a secondary effect that triggers a short interval after a command is used, granting additional bonuses. However, echoes can also be triggered early by using a burst skill, allowing skilled paragons to strategically time their echo effects to turn the tide of battle. This sounds so fun to use in like a raid. That sounds so cool. I'm so excited to see how these actually work in game. All right, 6 elite specializations have now been revealed, and we'll be back next week to discuss the final 3. Tune in this Friday, August 1st, for more details on the Ritualist and Antiquary and Paragon. Yay! Super cool. We will be watching that on Friday again. Oh man, so cool. So cool. So do like if you're in Asura, do you get like tiny little wings for your Paragon? I love you. Enjoy the day. I shall. Paragon might be your new main. Oh man, it looks so cool. Ritualist looks so cool. Antiquary, I'm just intrigued. I want to see the list of skills. I want to see the list of collectibles that you can get. Right, man. Like Antiquary being able to use skills that are still on cooldown, like crazy, crazy. Oh my gosh, isn't the art gorgeous? Yeah, this is all like concept art. This concept art is so, so, so pretty. The Guild Wars series has always had absolutely incredible concept artists. Yes, we did watch the video. Now that we've read, let's watch the video again. Ooh, wait, let's do this. There we go. So fun. The Paragon art recreates the Nightfall promo art. Yeah, so cool. God, Paragons were iconic. Oh my gosh, you were a Paragon main. Yes. Paragon was always my secondary profession that I played after monk. I mained a monk, but I loved playing my Paragon. Madigan, I know all of these musical professions for you, right? It's so we can play at Castory's wedding. That's right. All of these elite specs are just roles in Castory's wedding. I told you. The Antiquary is in charge of like party favors and like invitations and stuff. The Paragon is like the crier, also, you know, invitations and announcing everybody. The Ritualist is like the master of ceremony. The Luminary does the lighting. The what did we say? The what was the Gale shot? The Revenant is going to channel their family who has passed on to come and be at the wedding. The Paragon's the drunk yeller at the bar. That's right. Ooh, Paragon Smite Monk combo. Yes. Oh, Gale shot with the birds and the doves is like, you know, like when you know, you may kiss the bride and then like, you know, they're walking down the aisle and then you like release the doves, right? They're like the animals handler. Yes. So there's a role for everyone at Castory's wedding. Oh, you want to make artwork? Are you an artist, Cabeza? Heck yeah. Create, create, create.
For the picking. A collector of sorts. The Antiquary has a certain set of skills to give them the upper hand, and maybe make a profit. Send a script to
That's one of the new
pilfer an
weapons.
opponent, stealing random artifacts from
He
your
throws
enemy
the bag
can
at
be
him.
a valuable skill. Will you rock out
So
to
Indiana
confuse your
Jones.
opponent? Will you leap up and bring the hammer down? Or let a dancer
That just looked like a
taunt
hammer
your
of
enemies?
trash.
Whatever artifacts
I want to
you
see all
manage
these
to
artifacts.
steal
I want to see what
or
they are.
borrow, a good antiquary will
We're gonna make a
always
shield.
find a good use for their plunder.
Look at all the script. I wonder if that's the elite
Long
skill.
practiced in
There's like
camping,
5 script around you digging up
ritualists summon
stuff.
forth spirits from the mists.
I love these
granting
visuals. They're so good.
boons and sowing chaos on the battlefield. Shroud yourself with the ritual knowledge of the past. Summon spirits to aid you in battle. Mark an enemy, seal their fate. The spirit of anguish will send volley after volley.
Necromancer has
to
even
deal
more things to
increased
fight for it. I
damage to
love
them.
it.
Daze your enemies.
Or like
with the
tower
spirit
defense.
of
I love it.
Wanderlust as it slams the ground, knocking your enemies to the ground. And as your allies fight beside you, grant them boons and heal their wounds with the spirit of preservation. Summon and channel otherworldly entities.
Are they stationary?
ritualist,
I'm curious.
You will gain a deeper understanding for the spirits of Tyria.
Guild Wars 1 ritualist spirits were
Their
stationary,
chants
and then
echo
you'd
across the
actually bring a
sands of
skill to move
Reaching
them.
friend and foe alike.
But it costs a skill
The paragons
slot.
are pillars of protection, channeling their adrenaline to bolster their allies and demoralize their enemies. Let your voice ring out as you support and bolster
Man,
your
yes,
allies
it's so perfect
around
for the
you.
warrior.
Protect them with a barrier,
Like
to help them
visually
defend
as well. They
against oncoming
seem
attacks,
stationary.
absorbing damage meant for allies for a short time.
Because you have your
Chant of
minions, you have your
freedom
necro
to
minions
break,
that move with you,
stun,
but then the
and give your
ritualist
allies a
spirits
speed bonus. As a paragon, you seek to protect your allies
are
and
stationary.
motivate them to break through
Ah, I
their
love it so
limitations,
much.
to fight onward.
I want to like
Be the
make
voice that
Strawley. I want
stirs
to remake
inspiration
Strawley as
it
a
echoes
warrior,
across the
just so I
desert
can see
sands.
Strawley with golden wings, so she can be her paragon. Like literally, I might make a warrior Strawley. Strawley the second, yes. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a Strawley clone and make her a paragon. Hey, Sigurd! Oh my gosh. Oh, so good. A spirit minion master. Oh my god. I love it. I love it. So good. I'm excited for Friday. I'm excited for Friday to see how these play in game and what the skills are, right? Yeah, what would her name be? It would be like Strali instead of Strali Astralis. It would be like Strali, it has to be Paragon something. Paraclone. Strolly. I can't Strolly. There's already Strolly. I would never take Strolly's name. Well, no, Aurora Australis if they make Monk. Yeah, if they make Monk, then I would have to remake Aurora from Guild Wars 1. But, oh no, I'll just... My Paragon from Guild Wars 1 was named Elsa. maybe I would just remake her. That's what I'll do. No, Stromley doesn't need to be a Paragon. I just need to remake Elsa. Strawley to Strala. Yes. Yes. Winged Strawley. Strawley of the heavens. Strawley Stralas. Yes. Depends on if they made Monk, it would have to be a Guardian spec. Like Monk, like Guardian is the spiritual successor to the Monk. It would be weird because Monk was a light armor class. But what light armor class in the game would fit Monk? Like Mesmer, Elementalist, or Necromancer? Really, none of them would make sense to have a Monk be an elite spec. It would just be like a battle monk. Basically. You have you could give Monk to Guardian, but you would really have to evolve it to like a battle monk. Dervish for NG. No, I definitely don't see Dervish for NG. Since they have said literally nothing about NG or Revenant, I don't think it's impossible that they could pull Dervish Revenant. If we could see that could be like the surprise that they're saving. I could see Rev Dervish. I could see it happening. I don't think it's impossible. Dervish would honestly also fit Guardian or Revenant. I think Revenant. Revenant definitely for Dervish. It could happen. It would make 2 Alonian specs. That's true. We got to remember too, we have as far as like the culture. So the Antiquary is the Captain's Council. And then obviously, you know, you have the humans represented from Cantha, both from Cantha and Ilona, with the Ritualist and the Paragon. So we definitely need the Asura to be represented, and we need the Norn to be represented, right? Because we already have the Sylvari and the Char. And then there will be one more. So I could definitely see, Norn. I think Norn is going to be Elementalist. Asura could really be either Rev or NG. Because Asura just kind of makes sense with Revenant, because I really, I'm sorry, the NG, because I really think NG is going to be like Metallurgist. Though that could still be the Revenant symbol. We don't know. We don't know which of those last 2 symbols, which one goes with NG and which one goes with Revenant. And we haven't had an Asura Revenant legend, so we're kind of very much due for that. So, and this being an Asuran-centric expansion, it could be Rev. Hi, Wing! Thank you for the Happy Meal. Welcome. What's the third class for next week? The Elementalist, the Evoker. They are really saving that one. Yeah. So next week will be Elementalist, Evoker, and then whatever the NG and the Revenant are. Those two we know surprisingly nothing about. Yeah, the icons that are left that we don't know are the metallurgy or the planets, the ball in the middle and then something rotating around them. And then the chompy claw shield ship. Nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows what that is. The big mystery icon, we have that one left too. So one of them is NG and one of them is Revenant. Snaf legend. So for the Asura, if we're getting an Asura Revenant legend, I've heard people say Snaf, Omad, which I think might be very relevant for this expansion. God, I hope, because Omad's machines, one of my favorite, the things that fascinates me the most in the lore of Guild Wars 2. It could, yeah. So Snaf, Omad, what if it's like Zoja and she died in the mists? She died off screen. Oh yeah, what was the Chinese post for the Chompy? Tibby woke you up. He knew Peachy was streaming. Tibby, let Mama sleep. Hey, little Shuriken. Yes, I will get this on YouTube as soon as I can. I don't think I put last week's video on the main channel. But it'll definitely be up on the second channel for sure. The Chompy was sharp determination to break the wind and hunt shadow. It really seems like a beast hunter or something. Huh. Break the wind and hunt shadow. Was that the one that mentioned like the mist or the fog in between, in a valley or something? Was that one? Blish, that was the other one. Blish legend. Oh my god. Oh, that was Gale shot. Okay. Oh my god. It could be Blish. Vec, Ulak. We can go back to Guild Wars 1. Absolutely. Revenant has Glint. Oh my god, if Blish. Them mentioning the books makes me think that Snaf is more likely because he's a main character in Edge of Destiny. But we're kind of done fighting dragons? And Snaf was about fighting the dragons, right? I think Blish would be more relevant. I think Omad would be relevant. That's the only thing about Snaf. I don't know if he would be relevant necessarily. Not that it has to be relevant to the current story, but I guess it has to be Tyrion Alliance relevant. Again, it could be the wizards, helping them channel a certain someone, right? Snaf's gonna come back and slap Logan around. Oh no! The drama. El Carcalimo! Hello! I know Blish is gone, but is he really gone? Well, I think that's what that one instance was, right? He was already gone, but then he put his consciousness in a golem, but then he sacrificed the golem. So it was so then he was gone. But is he really gone? You're right. Is he really gone? Is his essence in the mist? Do you go to the mist after you put yourself in a golem? Right? Super exciting. Snaff is having tea parties with Air and Zoja in the mist. He's not getting channeled by some whippersnappers. Yes, I agree. Yes, no, I don't want Snaff. I don't want Snaff. I'd rather have Blish or Omad. Joko! I'm all for Joko. I'm all for Joko. The Ritualist description did say, now that Joko's gone. Well, no, Joko's in all seriousness, no, though, Joko's hanging out with Mad King Thorn. Right? We see him literally in the labyrinth talking, he's antagonizing Mad King Thorn. So he's around. We literally see him. Yeah, he's in the Mad Realm. That's what it is. Yeah, that's literally where Joko is. We see him every Halloween. And him and Mad King Thorn are like incredible. I'm so excited to see Ritlock and Isgarin, the two cranky old men. I'm so excited to see them interact. I want Ritlock to give Isgarin the business so bad. Is it a copy of Joko? An illusion of Joko? Oh, okay. Everyone's saying it's not actually Joko. Me too. Oh, Emily, I'm so down for any Omad story. Omad's machine was like my favorite thing. So if that's coming back in any capacity, I'm going to be so happy. Oh, okay. If you do all the Halloween quests, you find out it's a Joko copy. Ah, okay. Talus, yes. He's still cranky, though. Joko's dragon droppings, he is. Yes, Joko whispered. Joko's still in Aurene. That's where he is. That's where he is. Joko's in Aurene. Joko's Aurene's legend. It's true. And Balthazar. Joko literally whispers Aurene terrible dark things. You're right. I forgot about that. Yes. Yeah, Ritlock was the one that freed Balthazar from the mists. Yep. Yep, because he didn't know it was Balthazar. Joko's the worst kidney stone. He became Joko Jerky. Sorry, this is spoilers wing. Yes, he did become Joko Jerky, but he's living in Aurene. Yes. Yes. Poor Aurene. Oh my gosh. Jaspel! What's up, Jaspel? Aurene's fine. She is. That's why she went to sleep. She didn't tell us. She's like, I must go to sleep to, you know, regulate the magic and stuff, and because it's so powerful. It's really because Joko's just not shutting up in her head. She's like, I must go to sleep so Joko can't talk to me. Joko is the reason Aurene's still with us. Yep. That's true. Hey, praise Joko for nothing else except without Palawa Ignatius Joko, the world would kind of be destroyed because Aurene wouldn't be here. Okay? Listen. 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 Actually, Joko is the savior of Tyria. She's trying to pass, Joko. Joko's the 7th Elder Dragon. Can you imagine having Joko in your head for eternity? Oh my god. Praise Joko. You're so lost? You should play Guild Wars 2. You should play Guild Wars 2. It's a great game. Joko, Loco, and Coco, yes. There's 6 orbs in Omad's machine. The central one was Joko. Let's go watch the Eternal Alchemy cutscene again and try and find Joko's. Yes, where's Joko represented? I support Joko's rights and wrong. Listen, just because I love Joko doesn't mean I think he's like good or doing good things. No, listen. All right, we have to go on break, everybody. Season 4 is by far the best season. You are correct. Season 4 is absolutely incredible. Joko was right, Peachy. You got that? Yep. Yep. Hashtag Joko was right. Joko is the eternal alchemy. I have not, Cabeza. I have never seen a single episode of Dragon Ball Z. Joko is the V's of Guild Wars. Alrighty, everybody, let's go on a break. Get up and stretch, get some water, and do something healthy for yourselves. We are going to switch over and play some more blueprints. We'll be starting day 100, super late into the game. So if you want to avoid spoilers, do what you got to do. But this is a game that has completely entranced me this past couple months. I love it so much. And so we're going to play that the rest of the stream.